Jennifer Bagley came, and some of us did not have the opportunity to hear her perspective in the earlier meeting. She's pretty much in demand on the thinking for us here around Dallas. And tonight she's going to talk to us as small business owners and leveraging technology. So with that, without a delay, we introduce Jennifer Bagley.
Right there. How are you guys doing? So my group here is going to have 40 minutes because they want to drink more instead of 20. My group over there is going to have 35 minutes because they had an X number of bills they need to do a complex. I'm fine. It's good to meet all of you. How are you doing tonight? You need to drink more in order to talk about technology. Shots. No, I'm fine. So how many of you are absolutely in love with technology? Don't mind. Everybody, what was that? Don't shoot me in the kidney? Oh, I totally forgot to say don't shoot me in the kidney. How many of you have kids? Kids, raise your hands. This is interactive. All right, 13 or under. Kids that are 13 or under or grandkids. How many of you have seen a toddler with an iPhone? We have 1,000 days before we have a new group of prospects, employees, consumers, or employers. We have an entirely new age, a new bracket of people that are coming up. And these little generations, they operate and they function differently when it comes to technology. You notice? We get in conversations that listen to adults and grown-ups talk about Facebook. Is Facebook for kids? Is Facebook for kids? Is it for grown-ups? And if you want to stay in touch with your kids, do you need it? You don't want to stay in touch with your kids. That's a whole different question, right? All right. So the challenge is that as business owners, oftentimes we're analyzing these technologies, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or Dig or Dove or ShovelCon or Cincinnati or blogs or WordPress. I can keep going. There's over 350 different social media sites. No different. How many of you carry an iPhone? Raise your hands. Android users, raise your hands. Some of you guys are quiet tonight. Normally the Android, because Android, it's a little pumped out, you know, that's better than the iPhone users. How many are BlackBerry? Any corporate issues? Wearing a tie? You guys don't have any ties here. No BlackBerry. Fantastic. Okay. So essentially, from a technology standpoint, communication is communication. We have one. Communication is communication is communication. And you have an iPhone. That's one. All right. So everything that we do in sales or business has to do with how we're reaching our audiences, how we're communicating with customers, how we give them the opportunity to research us, gain information, gather testimonials, and so forth. Do you agree? Are you totally prepared to compete with the next generation in 1,000 days? So let me tell you, 20 minutes, good night. Okay, so my son, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I was in the Virgin Islands. It was my son's birthday, and I left him at home, not too guilty. So it was the last day. So it was his birthday. I decided I was going to wait until the water washed up on the sand. The sand is beautiful, my ladies in the back. You know what that looks like, right? The sand was gorgeous. I took this coconut and I put it in the sand and I wrote happy birthday and I said I love him. And I took a picture with my iPhone and I uploaded it to Facebook. That's like $20 for BBI, right? That's expensive. As soon as I got on Facebook, I noticed my son had created an event on Facebook and had over 350 RSVPs to main event. I'm buying. You can't reach kids through phones from BBI. It doesn't work that way. Most kids' networks are larger than our networks combined. And not only that, their ability to persuade and influence, get them to make different buying decisions, research different items for Christmas or whatever it is. They can do it in an instant without making a phone call. Now the challenge a lot of times with most business owners is we have one primary excuse outside of total fear that prevents us from using technology at its best. Anybody want to guess what the one biggest excuse is? I don't have enough time. Fantastic. How many of you are in sales? Raise your hands. Not everyone's hands are up. How many of you are married? You're better than you think. Okay. You're all in sales. We are absolutely all in sales. How many of you consider yourself the best at what you do from a sales standpoint? How many of you repeat the same question and answer session like Groundhog and you have to answer them every day. Everyone? I already know. Do you not have enough time? Or are you causing yourselves to not have time because you're not leveraging technology to digitize or duplicate yourself? I want you to think about the power of this event for me. Is the power of this event for me, the 100 people that are in this room, how long does that last? Is that the biggest thing I'm going to get out of this event, my time here? What am I going to get? Facebook? What's going to happen there? Absolutely. You see Miss Kathy Marshall over here taking photos. We have our lovely photographer over here taking. You are the last event. You always take a good side. Okay, so one is we're going to digitize it. Two, look behind you, right there up on the chair. Wait so carefully and go ahead, wait. Okay, so in addition to that, we are going to digitize this event. We're going to create a digital asset, a footprint, something that lasts forever. This video is going to be seen by how many people a year from now? More than this room or less? More. What about the year after that? More. It has an appreciating asset. Compound interest versus simple interest. If you brought a pen and paper, or you have a great pen, right? There are 4 things you must get down in business right now. 1,000 days away is not very long. Number 1 is that you have the right technology. Most people are not technically inclined enough to even ask the right questions about the technology that they have. Their website, their blog, and so forth. How many of you think websites are more powerful than blogs? Raise your hand. How many completely disagree? How many have no clue? That's good. Alright. So think about it this way. If I'm in sales and I stop talking, am I going to sell? No. So if I came out here and I walked to this event and I handed out brochures to everyone in this room, gave me deuces, walked out, have a nice day, what is that going to do for me? Probably. Tell me what you guys do with brochures. You only look at them and see what your competitors are doing, so you can burn through money just like they do, in hopes that you get something back, right? There is a big difference between advertising and marketing. Advertising is burning through cash in order to quote, pray, get on your knees, beg to the advertising gods that you're actually going to get a return. The likelihood of that, think of yourself as a consumer, not an advertiser. As a consumer, what do you do when you go check your mailbox? Where do you go? Trash. What do you do when you get an email newsletter? Delete. What do you do when you get a, do people call calls anymore? Yeah, anybody trying to resell our recruiting? Yeah, what do you do then? Right? We have this great little, you notice it's not the same when you hang up with somebody anymore? You used to be able to hang up and actually get the feeling of hang up now. It doesn't feel the same. So sales, right, that's going to be difficult. If you go to school for marketing and advertising right now, guess what they teach you? Newspaper, print, radio, television, broadcasting, billboards, marketing, brochures, how to create flyers, and everything else. You as consumers don't respond to that right now. You do not respond. In fact, if you go to school for web design today, they're going to teach you how to make websites in Dreamweaver or FrontPage or Splash, which are invisible to Google. Yeah, yes, there you go. So if you hire your I call them the triple S, friends, family, and fools, okay, if you hire any one of those to build a website, you're going to get what you pay for, nothing, right? And that's what's going to happen. Blogs, I have ADD, but I always come back. Okay, blogs are more powerful than websites because they're current, right? They're relevant. It's just like sales. The great part about Google or digital marketing versus marketing offline is it's identical. You want to know, am I relevant? If I got up here and talk about old school stuff, would you be paying attention? So relevant is important, how you label things. Think about a website. When you go to a website and you have a page on there that says our services and you have 18 bullet points that says everything that you do, Google is a huge filing system. How many of you have seen Bruce Almighty? Okay, you remember when you go to the big warehouse and God's in there and God said, anything you've ever thought of, dreamt of, or done. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so anything you've ever thought of, dreamt of, or done is in this drawer. You should totally let me go. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's in this drawer. That is Google. It is a huge, huge filing system. So If you hand the receptionist a page that says our services with 18 bullet points and says, please find this or file this so Blair can find this later, how can they file that? They can't, right? They can't. FAQ pages, our services pages, about us pages, contact us, all week. Does not work. However, if you post a blog post and the blog post says, what's the difference between Huff Find such and such and Huff Find such and such? It's good that we talked about that. All right, so, okay. What's the difference between this dealer and that dealer? What's the difference between this car and that car? Why is this car better than this car? Is that the same as me in sales presentations giving you good information that's relevant and current? Yes? A blog is always going to be more powerful than a website because it's current and it's relevant. More importantly, let's get into social media marketing. Everybody point at me like this. Right there. I need that link. That is called a backlink. Thank you. Okay. Backlinks give Google one more thing that it needs, which is I need you to trust you. I can totally trust you because not everything is a great person coming out. Okay? So, a trust factor is someone endorsing what it is that you have on your website or your blog. That happens through you writing an article on your site, acknowledging or referencing a page on my site. That's a backlink. Google says that's a thumbs up from her. She's beautiful and she's trustworthy. I absolutely love her, and that's credibility. That's trust. In addition, my wine friend over here who made it through the rain. Come here, Jessica. Okay, Jessica. If Jessica comes to my website and Jessica clicks like on my Facebook recommend tab, and then she clicks the little plus one. You guys have all seen these, right? Our website. And then she clicks Google Plus. I just got 3 endorsements from Jessica that page is relevant. If you're going in business with someone already interested in finding out if they're trustworthy, do they want testimonials? Do they want endorsements? Yes? Google does too. I'm going to go back to time. ADD is going to kick in. I'm going to pull back on that again. I don't have enough time. We talk about answering the same questions over and over again. How much is your photography services? Do you do weddings? Do you do bar mitzvahs? Do you do quinceañera parties? And so forth, okay? So, if you have all of these questions and you're willing to answer them over and over and over again, literally you are agreeing that you don't want to have enough time and you don't want to digitize yourself and you don't want to duplicate yourself. However, myself on the other hand, I am going to take every single question that I get asked more than once, and I'm going to create a short video, 3-minute video, very quickly. This is free, you guys. There's Google Hangouts, the easiest video recording technology, auto uploads to YouTube, and auto uploads to all your social media sites. Difficulty? Not difficult. Expensive? Not expensive. What is expensive? Not doing it. It is expensive not to digitize yourself. If you think about every time somebody asks you a question, if you shot them a link to a quick clip and answer that question, what would that give you back? What does that give you back? Time. Absolutely. Imagine having digital assets, yourself, answering every question recorded in these short snippet videos. And at the end of those videos, it says if you're interested in getting more information or coming into the dealership to learn more about what your car can trade in, fill out the form below. And you tie that form into a CRM system, which is a lead capture system, at 5 clicks. Okay, so they fill out the information. Next thing you know, you have a new lead while you sleep. Imagine having 1,000 of you out there doing what you do all day long while you sleep. Nowadays, you don't have enough time. Absolutely, we cannot use that excuse. I was going to give you 4 things, I gave you 1, and I used my whole minute block on that. Okay, so first one was, do you have the right technology? Great thing is, after we're done, David has some forms. If you want to know if you have the right technology, you guys fill that out. We'll do an absolutely complimentary assessment on your website, your digital presence, and so forth. Know nothing other than you're going to get some good information so you can plan to do differently later. Okay, right? If you don't like what you're doing, change what you're doing. If you don't like what you're getting, do what? Change what you're doing. Okay? The second component is strategy. Strategy is very interesting. Most people think strategy is on the go to Facebook and class and learn strategically how to leverage Facebook. Forget that. Strategy means doing the right things in the right order. If you've been in business 5 years versus 1 year, if you have 200 clients versus 5 clients, if you have huge referral base versus no referral base, if you have a network online or no network online, the strategy that you need to implement is going to be different. So when you're talking to professionals, You need to give them enough information that they can give you a strategy and that they consider where are you in your business? What is your comfort level with technology? How long have you been in business and those things? All right, so strategy is critical. Third component, network. Network is essentially, this is a network. You guys are here because you do a lot of referral exchange, correct? Okay, imagine if I meet you, tell me your name again, Craig, right? Okay, you and I meet here. My extension with you is here. You potentially introduce me to people who are at the event. However, if you were to take it one step further into a digital environment, and I learned more about your business, now Craig has the ability, let me back up. If we only meet here and we come back to the next event, I'm going to remember Craig, we're going to talk about, we're going to drink afterwards and so forth. However, if we were to connect digitally, Craig now has the ability to A, stay in front of me continuously because of a Facebook post or a feed or a blog or so forth, that I have the ability to be reminded of what it is that he does. Secondly, Craig gets instant access to who? My network. Okay, your network is critical. You have to, I'm not saying take everything online at all. You take your online people, get the qualified ones offline. You take your offline people, get the qualified ones online. And it will power your business like you would not believe. Part of network also includes who are you choosing as mentors? Who are you listening to? Hopefully it's someone who's much further than you could ever imagine going. They've been there. And that's who you're selecting as mentors. All right, fourth thing, and we'll wrap this up. The final component to this that is a make it or break it deal. I know you're fine. Okay, is mindset and behavior. I can give two people that have the exact same business, exact same price point, exact same network, exact same everything, the exact same technology with the exact same monthly spend, and one performs here and one performs here. What is it? Mathematically, please, my background is actually operations and logistics. I was a VP of global strategy and supply chain for multiple companies. I just kind of dress it up in good terms. I'm not in pictures. However, technically, those two companies, they should do the same, right? You would think? What is the one thing that changes their results? Them. It absolutely is them. You know, most of the time when you go into a conversation, people are not listening to listen or to understand, they're listening to what? To respond. You're 100% right. Most of the time, when we go into a situation, we're listening in order to respond, not in order to understand. That will prevent somebody from actually having the behaviors that's going to put them in a position to absolutely create a powerhouse marketing engine online, where you don't wonder where your business is going to come from because you're in so many places that it works for you while you sleep. Everything in business, or I should say in marketing, it's not just how to gain business or how to generate leads or how to build your business. If you do proper marketing, if you implement a proper marketing plan, you will become more operationally efficient. If you're thinking about operationally, how is my marketing plan going to make it faster, quicker, more efficient, to provide more access, more information, put me in more places, reduce my customer service time, reduce my call time. It will give you the hours back in order to spend more time on things that are income generating. Would you like that? Okay, this is how to convert time to cash. If you leverage proper technology, proper strategy, proper network, and you have the right mindset and behavior, you guys will knock it out of the park. It is not difficult. It is not expensive. I have 1 minute, and you have any questions? Any of you guys have any questions or thoughts? It can even be you talk too fast. No. Thoughts or questions? Okay. You guys, I appreciate you hanging out. Lisa and everybody here at Ferguson, you guys are absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. We did bring these forms. As I promised, there's a lot of you. So this is 1 hour per person. There is two different check boxes. One says 911, one says 411. If you check 911, you're going to go to the front of the line. If you check 411, you go to the middle of the line. And I don't have that one because we love everybody. However, that allows us to properly prioritize